And go. Hey guys, I'm gonna click over here on my computer and give everyone a minute to get the notification that we're live. Let's see. Make sure I'm doing this right. I don't do many events in my kitchen nook. I see me talking. That's a good sign. Now, here's the real test. If you guys can hear me, can you give a thumbs up? Because yes, the other day I did a whole video with no audio. That was awesome. And then I did another video like 2 days later with half audio. So I'm getting a thumbs up. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? So I'm hoping people can hear. Um, Diane's giving thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, Sarah, glad you could make it. Gonna just give everybody kind of a chance to come on in. I'm glad you can hear me. Thank you. Little blessings from above. Um, I had posted earlier while we're waiting for everybody to kind of come in. I had posted kind of wanting to know what your number one meal planning struggle was, and I'll start that before I even start any introductions, just because it helps me to kind of understand where you're coming from, and then I can kind of make recommendations and stuff on that. It's going to be a quick class. I'm thinking 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, since this is the first one I've done specifically with the Epicure blends. But um, but anyway, I'll try to get you in and out because I know you guys have other things to do than sit here and watch me cook. But um, I'm just wondering if you're here because you're meal planning and you don't know what you need, what you want to make. Maybe you ask your family, what do you want for dinner? And they're like, I don't know, like whatever you make. Or maybe it's that you just don't have time and you really want something that's quick and efficient, but you want to feed your family something good. That's something good to know. Maybe you're sticking to a budget, or you don't like to cook, but you have to. Or maybe you have dietary restrictions. So I fall under so many of those categories, either whether it's our own individual family or if it's, when I'm feeding my in-laws, they've got some, they can't have high sodium. We have to have heart healthy. We have to have gluten-free. So there's just all sorts of things. So anyway, if you can just comment on what it is that brought you here today, that would be awesome. And it looks like we've got quite a few of you in here. So I'm going to just take a look at these comments as we go. Jacqueline's saying she's always looking for inspiration, new foods you don't make enough. Sarah's saying she struggles with healthy and kid-friendly. Word, I get it. Right there with you. And not to say, I'll show you something that Eleanor is our mac and cheese kid. I'll show you this real quick before we get started. They make a dried mac and cheese. I had posted about a similar product on Facebook the other day. And anyway, but then I found out that Epicure has a dried mac and cheese mix too. So she loves this stuff, and it's a little bit healthier for her. So that's something maybe to check out. Anne is saying she doesn't plan. When she got my recipes, she did better. Yeah, so Anne, yes, so the Tastefully Simple, I know they have a product line, and I think Pampered Chef does too. Epicure is actually out of Canada. They've been around for quite a while there, and launched, I think, a year or two here in the US. But there's a lot of reasons why I like them and why I chose to partner with them, as opposed to someone else. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started with my official spiel. So and Diane's saying what to make. Yeah, sometimes I just want someone to tell me what to make. So one of the reasons why I decided to partner with Epicure was for all of these reasons and more. But if you've ever checked out any of my recipes, if you ever watched me live, if you've heard me talk, you know that I always say there's no right way to cook for your family, right? We all have our own ways of doing things. We all have our preferences, our own dynamics. And what my goal is to give you guys options that work for you. And there may not be one option that works for you all the time. Now, of course, I want you to make this Farm Girl Cooks recipes. Those are near and dear to my heart. They're something that I put a lot of love and effort into. But then I also want you guys to have really easy recipes for those nights that you just don't wanna. Or maybe you look at some of my recipes and they're not right for you, and that's okay. What I want to be able to do is offer you guys an alternative, and then you can pick whatever it is that works for you during whatever season of life that it is. So, like I said, I try not to make a lot of processed foods. I try to make a lot of things from scratch. But what I like about these spices and these blends are that when I can't do that, if I can't get to the grocery store, if I just have had one of those days, I've got these in my pantry. I've got the seasonings and spices and mixes, and they're there and ready to go. So tonight, what I'm going to share with you is chicken fajitas. So these are, and if you guys have questions, just pop them. I'm watching it stream over here on my laptop. So just ask questions as you have them. I've got a couple friends from Epicure that may be popping in here, and they can help me answer stuff too because they're fabulous like that. But this is this farm girl cooks chicken fajitas in a sheet pan, and I love it. But I will say that when you go to make it, let's see, I made them up. But you're going to have to measure some spices. It's just part of the game, right? So you could measure your spices, or you could go to the grocery store and get a fajita seasoning packet. But guys, the sodium on those is so crazy high, and so it doesn't work for me. And that's one of the reasons why I like the fajita blend from Epicure, is because it is low sodium, and it's not just a fajita blend. So I don't like having spices that are just serving one function, but they have tons and tons of recipes. If you had a chance to look around on the Epicure site, they have meal plans, but then they also have recipes for individual spices. So this can be used for soups, it can be used for salads, it can be used for all sorts of things. It's not like a one-trick pony, which is important to me. So the kit I'm making tonight, or kind of the product line, I guess I'm showing you, is I'm going to call it the wrong thing here. It's the made good food real fast. And it's the Mexican kit. And you guys know I love tacos, right? I love anything Tex-Mex. But it comes with a salsa mix called Poco Picante, a guacamole mix, the fajita mix. It comes with enchilada mixes, which make more than just enchiladas, of course, and a chocolate mousse. So we're going to get started, I'm going to put these in the oven. These are on a sheet pan, and I'm going to show you how I do some other things along the way. But I'm going to start with dessert because it's the best part, let's be honest. But this is also really easy to make, and it's going to need a few minutes in the fridge to firm up. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. If you guys have any questions, just drop those in the comments. I think, it says I've missed some new comments. All right. Someone said their boys are mac and cheese obsessed. We've been living that life for like 6 years here, so I get that. Yeah, and Jennifer, she is a friend of mine. She said there's 27 spices in here, so you're not going to want to measure those out on your own. I'm glad they do the work for us. All right, so this is the chocolate pudding mix, and what I like about it, you could add coffee to this and do a mocha pudding. You could add a little bit of ground cinnamon and chipotle, like just a little bit of chili powder, and make it like Mexican. You can make fudgesicles out of this frosting. There's like all these different things you can make with it. But that's one of the reasons I like it. Another reason I like it, and I swear I didn't know this before the other day. I'm just going to pour 2 cups of milk while we're talking. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. We are whole milk drinkers, but you could use almond milk, soy milk. Oat milk is big now. Use whatever you want. I'm going to just whisk this while we're talking. The mocha is probably my favorite to add, just like some chilled coffee. Like we sometimes have it left over in the coffee pot, and I'll use that in here. But this one is for the kids. I think the last thing I need is for them to be caffeinated. So I'm going to just get a little workout here while I whisk this. It says 2 minutes, but I'm not going to, we're not going to count. But we're just going to basically get this blended. I did chill my bowl, so that's a tip if you're making this and you want it to set up faster. Like let's say you want to serve it with your dinner, you can totally chill the bowl in advance. Yeah, that's looking good to me. Looks pretty well mixed. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge. And normally I would just use this little, these are from Epicure, they're meal prep bowls, but I would just like pour it in here and let it sit up. I'd put the lid on it and be good to go for the kids to have these to pull out instead of like, the snack wells or whatever puddings you can buy at the store. So let me pop that in the fridge. And let me tell you why, I guess what I was shocked at about this. So this is a thing of pudding mix from the grocery store. And Anne said, stick it outside in the snow. Yeah, there's enough here for a while. That's totally doable, Anne. I like the way you think. So this is what surprised me. Like I knew there was going to be some additives and stuff in this. I'll cover it with the brand with my finger. But it's chocolate pudding and it has red food dye in it, like red food coloring 40. And and yellow 5 and blue 1 to make chocolate. So like when I saw that, I was kind of like, yeah, no, because it can make kids hyperactive. Our kids are just naturally that way. We don't need to fuel the fire anymore. All right, Jacqueline. Jacqueline is from Canada. She is our trailblazer. She is here to help us lead the way, right, Jacqueline? She loves Epicure. She's a friend of mine through this Farm Girl Cooks and has been really good at telling me what types of things I should try as I'm getting into this. So, oh, someone else is saying there's a lot of sodium in here. Yes, there is. There are 500 grams of sodium in here. And that's before that's prepared. So prepared, half a cup. Okay, so this has 1/5 of the sodium. It has 100 milligrams. So yeah, so I think we're all trying to find ways to feed our family that are healthy, but also cost effective. And this is one of them. Okay, pudding is done. I've got the sheet pan version of fajitas in the oven. But what I wanted to show you was something that's going to blow your mind. This is the silicone steamer from Epicure. I make mac and cheese in this too, and I have for quite a while. But I've got some chicken cooked in here, or chicken chopped up and put in here. And I'm going to add just a little bit of the fajita seasoning, and I'm going to add some pepper to it. You guys can measure. I'll measure the next thing. You guys know me. I rarely measure. But this is the fajita seasoning blend. Now, when I first heard about microwaving fajitas, I was kind of like, wait, what? You want me to microwave my food? But I tried it and it's A, really good. B, it's really fast. So like 7 minutes and your fajitas are done. I'm going to just sprinkle in some peppers here while we're talking. And I did a little bit of research too, because I thought, oh, microwaving, and this is silicone, so it's not plastic. It is actually like food grade approved. There's a Harvard study that shows that it's fine to use. It's actually recommended because when you cook, in here, it keeps all the nutrients inside the container. We're using less water, actually no water in this recipe, but all the nutrients are retained. It's cooked faster. So just like you guys hear me say when I'm cooking things in the Instant Pot, and I say all the nutrition is intact because it cooks inside itself with minimal liquid and it cooks quickly. It's the same thing with this silicone maker. So you can make cakes in here, you can make soups, you can make chicken fajitas, which we're doing tonight. So it just kind of blew my mind that this was an option. And like I said, 7 minutes. So, okay, I'm going to give it a shake so I don't have to wash another dish. I'm all about efficiency. All right. So I'm going to just pop this in the microwave and let that work. Setting it for 7 minutes. All right. Any questions while we are cooking? I'm going to just wash my hands in case I got chicken on them. All right. Somebody's saying bacon, bacon, bacon. Susan is a woman after my own heart. If you can make bacon in there, I usually make it in the oven, but if I can make it in there, someone else said they make brownies in their steamer. So that's really, really awesome. Okay, chicken fajitas are going 7 or 8 minutes, and you would have those done. The things I wanted to show you also about here, I made some notes for myself so I don't go off on tangents because otherwise, you know I would. All right, the chocolate pudding is good. Okay, so Sean is saying, so 7 minute cooks raw chicken in a microwave. Yes, I didn't believe it. And I actually did a ton of our field meals this way last year because I was so busy that I could just like do this on a moment's notice and then run it out to the field. So you could use a meat thermometer if you were a little bit nervous or leery or not sure about it. You can cut into it too. But just as long as the chicken is cooked to 165, you're good. It's just the same as cooking it in the oven. The reason why it cooks so fast is it's all self-contained. So there's little holes there that vent for the steam to come out. But yeah, so, like so easy. Okay, any other questions? Hit me with your best shot. Tonight's my night to show you what I got. Okay, so the enchilada sauce, 2 packets came with the Mexican meal kit. We're not going to use those tonight, but we are going to make some salsa. So I'm going to set aside what we used. All right, so this is the poco picante. It is basically a dry salsa mix that you can use for so many things. You could use it with tomatoes. You could make a mango fruit salsa. You could make a black bean salsa. And then there's things like Beyond salsa that you can do, rice and beans, all sorts of things. I will measure with this one. This is a little measuring gadget I got, and it has 4 measuring spoons in one, so I have fewer dishes to wash. And for this one, I'm going to need, you guys, I never measure. All right, 2 tablespoons, it says. I went a little light with the tomatoes. These are just multicolored baby tomatoes that I just chopped up because they're easy. You just do like 4 cuts and each one's done. And 2 tablespoons. I'm going to just do like a tablespoon because I'm going light with the tomatoes here. I do see somebody had an engineering degree because they made sure that the spoon fit in the bowl because the ones I have, I love, but they wouldn't work. So thank God for engineering minds because I don't have one of those. So I'm going to sprinkle that in there. And then I'm going to use, just going to cut a lime in half. And the lime press is from Epicure, but it has a place for a lime and a place for lemon. So you don't need 2 gadgets. And I'm going to squeeze it in there, and then I'm just going to give it a mix and let it sit. And that is all there is to this. That's a juicy lime. But then I'll be like the little telemarketer, and I'm going to say, but wait, there is more. I'm going to stir this up. So there's a couple reasons why I like this. I'm going to add actually a little more because that was a crazy juicy thing. All right. Let's say you didn't have fresh tomatoes. Or let's say you're just having one of those nights, you know. Oh, Duke. Duke sees his reflection in the door. You could, so Duke, he really likes to steal my thunder. What I did the other night was I just took a can of Rotel, so diced tomato with green chilies. It already has lime in it. I just took this and the seasoning and mixed it together, and voila. I didn't need any tomatoes. I didn't need to squeeze any lime. It was genius. So that is an option. The other reason I like this is because I can make it when we need it. So if you've ever had like, Ryan, do you want me to let Duke out? Duke wants fajitas. I don't know where Ryan is. Anywho, we'll hope he stops. If not, hang on. Duke. No, I kid you not. Duke does this to every single video I've ever done. If you've ever had salsa and it sits in the fridge for a while and it starts to get that like weird crusty thing at the top, and you're like, oh, I don't really know if I want to eat that, but you feel bad because there's still like half a jar or three-quarters of a jar. Like you don't have that problem with this. You just whip it up, you use it. If you have leftovers, you can refrigerate it for a couple days, but you don't have to worry about the crusty jar syndrome, which to me is priceless because we all know what that looks like, right? Sometimes it has a little bit of fuzz on the side. Let's see. Anne saying she never knew there was a lime versus lemon press. I mean, the world could probably go on with one, but it's nice that there's two. The lemon one is bigger. The holes are a little bigger, but it catches the seeds both ways. Thank you, Sarah. I save that. I share that sentiment. I'm not going to repeat that one out loud. So the salsa is done. The fajitas have about a minute and a half left. And so next, we're going to talk guacamole. All right. So this guacamole, I don't know if this is a trick or not, but it worked. It was hard as a rock when I came home yesterday, and I put it next to the bananas, and it is like perfect guacamole avocado. You can also put these in the oven for like at 200 degrees for a little bit and soften it, but I didn't have to go that route. So guacamole, of course, like is awesome to dip chips in, to serve with our fajitas. Um, but it's also good. You can put it with your scrambled eggs. Pop that off. You can put it with your scrambled eggs. You could put it on your chicken sandwich if you grilled chicken. All sorts of yummy things you can do with it. So I'm going to just scoop this out. And if it was like our whole family eating this, most of them have already eaten tonight. So if it was the whole family, I would do two avocados, but I'm just going to do one for tonight. And then I'm going to add our guacamole seasoning. And it says a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to just go tablespoon because, like I said, I'm not doing a whole recipe. And then we'll do a little lime juice in here too. Got to have the lime with guacamole. Ooh, Susan says she uses the guacamole season to season fajitas. Genius. Yeah, that's what I like about these is there's so many different ways you can use all of these. Fajitas are done. We'll get those in just a second. All right. I like to use my pastry blender. You can use a fork, but if you have a pastry blender, it fits in the bottom of the bowl perfectly and mashes everything up. And the day I discovered this, it was like mind blown. So it just makes really easy work because sometimes with a fork, it's tricky. If you have one of those meat masher things that you use to break up ground beef, that works too. I don't have one of those yet, but I've got my trusty pastry blender. All right. So hold it up here and hopefully you guys can see, but like it's nice. You can make it, I like a little bit of chunk of my guacamole, but super easy to make. So it's done. So let me feel like an infomercial. Set it and forget it. Okay, let me pull out the fajitas. Sean, I'm thinking, dear Lord, don't let me be wrong. So just be careful with the steam because it is hot. But you can see how it cooked in there. I'm just going to give this like a little, the chicken does, like it did clump together a little bit, but I mean, it's all cooking in close proximity. Let me put it on a plate so you can see. So there's all sorts of juices at the bottom and it smells really good. I'm hiding behind a curtain of fajita. It's the fajita curtain, fajita steam curtain. But it really does smell so good. And the peppers get cooked perfectly. They're not like, the peppers are, oh, thanks, Ryan, are cooked, but they're not like all shriveled up, like they're not recognizable. So that's what it looks like after 7 minutes. And it is done. I can tell just because I do this, but you could test it with dog treat time. Could test it with a meat thermometer if you were a little concerned. But honestly, like these are done. I'll do a little meat thermometer check. Just, yep, these are 170. So they are done. Yeah, these are so yummy. So think of all the ways you could use just this one. If you just made the fajitas like this, you could use it for salad. You could make wraps. You could use fajitas. You could do lettuce wraps. You could toss it in with a breakfast skillet. All sorts of things you can do. All right. Next, I'm gonna grab the pudding and see if it's done yet. Kind of zoomed through. Oh, it's set. It's maybe just a little bit wiggly because I didn't give it that long. I've kind of been playing through, but can see how nice and creamy it is, and it's going to thicken up just a little bit more. I should probably take a test just to make sure it's okay. It's really good, you guys. It's not like a pudding. It tastes almost like a mousse, like it's lighter. It's really good. So that is the chocolate pudding that comes with this particular kit that I was talking about tonight. So what I like about this is, like I said, you can make multiple meals with this. You can make, I believe it's 40 meals with this set. And it comes to about $2.25 a person. So like that's half the price of what a Happy Meal goes for these days. So ask me how I know. Um, but it's also using real food. I've got to grab a tissue. Sorry. Whenever I teach a cooking class, I think it's the steam. I always need a tissue. Sorry. I had it at the ready. Yeah, so it cooks them super fast. It's got healthy ingredients that you can feel really good about, but you don't have to like slave away. You don't have to have anything funky, wild from the grocery store. I like that almost everything I can get from Aldi. And so that's kind of like the premise for what there is. If you want like a meal plan, we have those with all sorts of mixes that you can use that are like better than takeout, like General Tso's chicken, sweet and sour chicken, pulled chicken, gyros. There's all sorts of mixes like that that you can do. And we can talk more about those. But I just wanted to kind of introduce you guys. Time to take out the recycling. I just wanted to run this by you guys and just let you know that this is something that's out there. So, I've got my fajitas in the oven too. Okay, my fajitas in the oven are done. Those are done too. So, like I said, there's no wrong way to do this. It's just about having options. So I did put the link to my store in the comments of what the description was, and I can drop a link here for you guys to do some shopping. But over the next couple of days, I encourage you to check out kind of what Epicure is about. If you want to host one of these cooking parties for your friends, I love that it's virtual, so I don't have to come into your house, but you can earn some hostess gifts that way and things. But what I really want to do is just bring this to people so that they know there's another alternative. They don't have to be frustrated. They don't have to do takeout. Like there's something else besides everything else that's out there. Jacqueline is saying, I like buying the 30-day meal kit. Yeah, so the 30-day meal kit comes literally, it tells you what to buy with a grocery list by week for 30 days. It's amazing. Yeah, so somebody asked what the meal kit costs. So for these spices plus this and the enchilada mix, Jacqueline's giving the prices Canadian. If you just get the spices, it is $33.95. It comes with, let's see, did I do that right? 2 enchilada seasonings, the fajita, the guacamole, and the picante. I guess not the chocolate. It's worth adding. But then if you wanted to get the steamer and add the citrus press and all sorts of things like that, then it comes it's $97, $96.95. But you'll use like the steamer all the time. I have a couple other of the silicone pans that I use as well. Yeah, thanks, Susan. She's telling the pudding is separate. So I have a catalog, but honestly, there's so much more on the website. But just to give you an idea, they're talking about, somebody said they really like the 3-week collection. Let me see if it's in here. I'm still learning my way around. Well, it's somewhere. Here we go. 3 weeks of easy takeout dinners. It's less than $50. Comes out to less than $3 a serving, and you get everything on here. It gives you by day. You can do rotisserie chicken, which you can also do in the steamer, pad thai, creamy pesto and Parmesan chicken, beef and broccoli, um, Alfredo, gyros, buffalo wings. So like everything on this page um, comes for less than $50. I don't know about you guys, but we went to, where'd we go? Panera for four of us, the two kids and Ryan and I. It was $40. So, and we didn't have leftovers. Anne is asking, how is customer service asking because your last order was damaged? Yeah, and I don't have any concerns with this company. Like, I wouldn't put this Farm Girl Cook's name behind it. Like, I stand by it. I've used their products for the last 18 months. Like, I had a hard time committing just because I thought I don't want to tell people that this is a good solution when it really wasn't. So then finally, when I felt like, okay, like I feel like people need to know about this because for one, with how much more we're cooking and we're getting tired of it. And for two, it just makes things simple. Even if we were living a normal life, I feel like, we need solutions like this. So yeah, I have complete confidence in the products, the company, and the customer service that any kind of problem would be remedied. Like I said, they have tons and tons of meal plans, recipes. If you buy a seasoning and you want more recipes that go with it, you could search for days. Everything from drinks, chai. What did I see yesterday? Chai, coffee, chai, something that looked really good. Just all sorts of really good ideas that you don't have to buy, anything out of the norm to experience. All right, Anne. Yeah, and Anne, I know you from, the last couple years with this Farm Girl Cooks, and I really think it would be a good fit for what you're looking for. Um, Jen is saying the customer service is amazing. Yeah, Susan's saying it's all the foods you get stop and grab at the restaurant. Yeah, and so, oh, someone said the pad thai is good. Yeah. Um, Julie, I don't remember if it's a chai latte. I know there's one for like the golden turmeric milk, which was really exciting, and would probably be up your alley because turmeric is anti-inflammatory and it has all those positive health benefits. And I can't remember if it was a chai latte. I'll send it to you so you can take a look at it and see. It had, I think, like a concentrate that you put in, but like I said, they're low sodium, low sugar. Everything is gluten free, peanut free, and those kind of checked off all the boxes for me and my family. So if you're interested in hosting a cooking class, I'm going to do a couple more of these for this Farm Girl Cooks, but I would love to do one for you and your group of friends. Like I said, there's no need to have me come into your home. I get to do it this way. It took what, half an hour? So I talked a little extra. You guys are just so awesome. I didn't want to stop, but you saw what you get in that little amount of time. So I guarantee that's probably less time than you would spend on a normal dinner. And their slogan is 20 minutes from raw to done. So basically, you can plan on almost every meal that they offer is done in under 20 minutes. So I really like that. Somebody's saying there's a wonderful turmeric and black pepper. So yeah, so I'll be posting some things just following up, just making sure you guys know the highlights. If there's anything you love that you wish, you could have made healthier, uh, Alfredo, the mac and cheese was one, the enchilada sauce. Let me know if there's something you really love, and I can see if there's a product recommendation for you. I am offering for through March, if you host a party, then you get $40 in hostess credit. So that will go away after March, but they're giving that to me to kind of like help me out while I get started with my business. So yeah, gift certificate, $40 for hostesses right off the bat. So think about kind of what that could buy you. You could really could be set up for a while. I like that everything is dry. I like that there's not half-used bottles of things sitting in my refrigerator. That's a real benefit to me too. Jacqueline is saying the Alfredo's really good. Sarah's saying she loves quick meals. Yes, Alfredo. Yes. So, yeah, definitely check out the shopping link. I'm going to keep it open until the end of the month, but then this will close. So just make sure you do get in there in the next couple days to order what it is you want. Um, like I said, I showed you the Mexican meal kit tonight. There are several other meal kits that you can get. I think the Asian one is on back order right now, but it'll be back soon. But just look around and see what speaks to you and your family. It's a great way to have healthy foods and meals, snacks even, without having to go like above and beyond. So Jennifer is saying, yeah, the dry packets versus the bottles, same thing. She loves that. Um, let's see. Somebody is asking, does it ship direct? Oh, thanks, Sean and Mrs. B, for popping in. I'll tell Luke and Eleanor you said hello. Surprised Luke. He kind of wanted to help, but he's oh, I hear funny footsteps. There he comes. Okay. Shh, Duke. Yeah, can you say hi to Mrs. B? Hi. And Mr. B, he's watching too. Yeah. And yeah, they direct ship. I don't carry inventory here. If anyone from Canada is watching, we can do cooking classes for you too. I would just need to set it up as a Canadian class so you would have your Canadian friends just because the product pricing and shipping and stuff like that is different, taxes and all that. So it actually comes from Utah and not from Canada, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want some guacamole? No thanks. No thanks. Okay. All right. Oh, and Jocelyn says hi too. Yeah, Sarah, he is getting big. I saw your little guy with his cute glasses in his classroom today when I was walking by. So, all right. Well, if no one else has any questions, like I said, check out the link. Let me know. I'll be following up with you just to see if there's any recommendations I can make. The kids are fighting in the background. This is real life here. So, um, Julie, thanks for coming. Sarah, thanks for coming. I will be talking to you guys soon. Hello, Rochelle from Iowa. Yeah, you're going to see me doing these more and more, but I would love it if you guys would just kind of try it out. And I know, like I said, I know this is something that you're really going to like. All right. I'll let you get back to your evening. I promised I wouldn't take up too much time. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your support and eat up. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.